Hey old soul, just over a year ago I sold everything I owned and moved to the land of Bali with my ex-husband and 3 kids. Now I live my dream life, traveling first class around the world, teaching others how to do the same. If you are ready for a life that is so abundant and free, where money flows like air so effortlessly that you don't even care because you are simply focusing on you and allowing everything to be true, then you are exactly where you need to be. Let me teach you how to be wildly abundant and insanely free. Okay. I'm going to be short and sweet. The 6 weeks to quantum wealth started today. Hooray! We did our energy activation this morning and it was definitely a sure thing. It was so good. It was so good. The blocks and the blocks that were removed this morning and the shifts that we had were out of this world, out of this absolute world. Honestly, energy work is like, I can't even tell you guys how much inner work I did before I found the frequency that I channel right now. And I did a lot, and I'm not going to say that everything didn't help because it definitely did, but the time that my life sped up, like rapid fire, like it was just like, oh my gosh, this is insane how quickly I'm quantum leaping was when I started to do the energy work. Was literally when I started to work with the Kundalini, life force, prana, chi frequency. And it's just such an honor as a mentor, guide, facilitator to be able to see how quickly my clients have shifts because they're working with this frequency. That is just, it's everything. When you activate your life force, life is no longer stagnant and boring. And yeah, and so I just want to share with you guys really quickly, as we're going deep with this in the 6 weeks to quantum wealth. Pain is optional. What's actually happening when you experience pain is that your body's going, oh, you have neglected me for so long. This is the only way I can get your attention. You're not your body. You are this limitless soul. You are infinite potential. You are everything. This body is this beautiful, incredible vehicle for this lifetime. And when you are experiencing pain, suffering, your body's like, oh, you haven't listened to me for years, so I need to get your attention. What's the fastest way to get a human's attention? Pain, suffering. It's like the warning lights are going on. If you're experiencing that in your body, it's because you haven't been listening to your body. You haven't been treating your body with love. You haven't been connecting really deeply with your body. So what I invite you to do is really understand that really understand that this is true. If it feels lighter, it's truth to your body. If it feels heavier, it's a lie to your body. So everything in this physical reality, you can tell if it's for you by how light it makes you feel. If it makes you feel heavy, it's not for you. But sometimes heaviness can be because you've told yourself a lie in the past, like I shouldn't eat that or I'm a bad person. So your body naturally feels heavier, and then you've got to actually uncreate and destroy those beliefs, which is what we do through the energy work that I do. But when you're uncreating and destroying all these beliefs, is what a lot of people don't actually realize, and this is why so many people get stuck, because they don't actually realize that you are like this radio receptor to everything in this entire reality, and 98% of everything that you're experiencing is not yours. You may be experiencing someone else's. Like you walk into a room, you're like, oh, I feel anxious all of a sudden. And then you think that it's yours and you're like trying to clear this anxiety instead of just going, does this belong to me? And if it doesn't belong to you, send it back, return to sender, or send that away. Because so many times people every single day, they're constantly purging and clearing all this shit that's not theirs because they've never actually learned the difference between what their soul is, what their ego is, what feels light and what feels heavy. So the more that you get in tune with your vehicle, this beautiful, infinite, powerful vehicle that literally has its own manual, that knows what to eat to stay skinny, that knows how to have glowing skin, that knows how to attract more friends. This body is so freaking insane. It's next level, and it is the perception goggles into this world. And so a lot of people don't, because they either identify as their body and they don't identify as the soul having a human experience. And when you can start to identify as the soul having a human experience, as the soul, the truth of all that you are, you can communicate with the body through the soul's frequency, which is love and light, and actually get to understand the body more. Does this food activate me? Is this food making me feel really excited to eat it? You know when food is good for you because you're excited to eat it. You're like, yes, my gosh, look at all these colors on my plate. This is so exciting. You know when something's not good for you because your body automatically puts the brakes on. It's like, ugh. It's like when you're talking to someone that's really boring and you're like, I'm not meant to be here. And this is why I always say to you guys, use discernment. If anything that I say makes you feel heavier, it's either a lie to you and you don't need to take that on as your soul's truth, or maybe there's something in the past that you've created a story around and it was a lie back then, and you can uncreate that now to receive more truth in. It's really important to know, because you have a body that no one else in the entire universe has. There's no two bodies that are exactly the same. There's no two quantum bodies exactly the same. There just isn't. And so until you can learn how to really work with your physical body, you're not going to be able to go to the next level. So I really hope this video has helped you. I really hope that you have been able to really sit with this, because this is a game changer. It absolutely is a game changer. If you do still feel called to come into the 6 weeks to Quantum Wealth, you can still sign up this week. So I'm going to pop the link below if you do feel the call, because the energy work that we do in there is the most potent thing on the planet. It really is. It's not me being more special than you or more important than you. It's me channeling a frequency, and through that, like a radio station, you tune into that frequency and you activate the life force within you. I used to be the biggest drug taker back in the day. I used to drink so much alcohol, and this frequency, I can tell you, is so much higher. It is so much more potent than any drug, than any alcohol. It is not a depressant. You literally feel like you're high all the time. People look at my life and they're like, are you okay? Like, you're too happy. And it's like, because I'm really living, because I've activated my life force energy, because I realized that lower vibrations, lower frequencies, depressing things are not me. None of it's me. I am just light and love, and I get to experience this reality through that. And your ego will go, oh, but that's spiritual bypassing. You need to experience pain. You're so okay to think that if that's what you desire to think. I used to believe that once upon a time. I used to believe all the bullshit I was programmed to believe. No pain, no gain. You got to hustle. You got to push. You got to shove. I know today that my truth is the less I work, the more money I make. The more fun I have, the more money I make. The more play I play, the more money I make. And the more I'm just being me. Because that's all this is. All the work I do with all of my clients is allowing you to discard all the layers that you are, so you can figure out the truth of all you are and become yourself, so that you can get paid and you can be a magnet to optimum wealth. And wealth is health, it's vitality. And most people come to me because they want to make more money, and then I give them their life back. I give them the joy back, the play back, the fun, the spontaneity, the silliness. People are like, how do you play more? I'm like, you just play. You just be you. You just be true. And it's so refreshing just being you, not telling lies, because lies are heavy. It's exhausting when you're lying all the time. It's exhausting when you're trying to be someone you're not. And so the more that you can figure out who you are, the more the journey flows, and you just start to activate everything you know. So if you feel the call to come in, do the energy work, even twerk, have some fun, because life is all about getting some sun, because you've already won. Be the number one. I love you. I see you. Have a beautiful day, wealthy old soul, because it's time to rock and roll. Mwah.